Welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
Stunning details this evening about efforts to save Mario Deane's life after he was beaten at the Barnett Street lockup in St. James.
A at the hospital revealed in the Westmoreland Circuit Court today that Deane was unable to get the care he needed.
And as Kimberly Petty now explains, this was due to the lack of bed space in the intensive care unit ICU.
Dr. Chapman Longmore, the prosecution's 14th witness, said he made the recommendation after assessing Deane, whom he said had a persistent fever and multiple facial injuries. The medical expert said CT scans done later revealed that he was bleeding in the brain. He's on without a tube and that he needed a ventilator that was only available in the ICU. During an intense cross-examination by the defense, Dr. Longmore testified that the ICU had 6 beds at the time, but that only 4 were functional. He told the court that attempts were made to get him into the ICUs at the Kingston Public Hospital and at the University Hospital of the West Indies, but neither had space. Instead, Deane was placed on the general male ward in the emergency cubicle. The defense then asked, quote, "Was Mario Deane ever placed on a ventilator after you saw him?" Unquote. The witness then responded, quote, "No, he was not." Unquote. The witness said on August 6, 2014, he got a call from neurosurgery, and upon his arrival, he saw the surgeons completing basic resuscitation efforts. In a somber tone, he told the court, quote, "He had a cardiac arrest and they were trying to restart his heart. They were unsuccessful." Unquote. The witness further told the court that Deane's chances of deteriorating would have been less if he were placed in the ICU as opposed to the emergency cubicle. Following the conclusion of his evidence, the prosecution's 15th witness took the stand. Miss Molly Plummer, who was a senior investigator at Indicom at the time of Deane's death. She told the court that she recorded statements from various witnesses regarding the matter and that she would have conducted interviews with the accused, Corporal Elaine Stewart, and 2 constables whose names she could not recall. She said all 3 were arrested and charged. When asked to detail their charges, she could only recall 2 and asked to refresh herself with prior notes. However, she was not granted permission. The matter will resume tomorrow when Miss Plummer will continue her evidence in chief and the prosecution is expected to make an application. Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.